America is one of the most advanced countries in the world. The schools are modern, the neighborhoods are safe, and children are surrounded by comfort and technology. And yet, American kids today are more anxious than any generation before them. 1 out of every 3 children now struggles with anxiety. School counselors are overwhelmed. Parents feel helpless. And children themselves often cannot explain why they feel so scared, so tense, or so exhausted inside. This crisis did not explode overnight. It grew quietly over years, inside classrooms, inside homes through screens, and inside the minds of children who never learned how to handle this new world of pressure. In this video, we will explore 3 things. Why American kids have so much anxiety, what real families are going through, and how parents can actually help their children heal, grow, and become emotionally strong again. All stories you are about to hear are based on real events and real families in the United States. Music softens. Fade to a quiet bedroom scene. Lita S. begin with Emma. Emma is a 12-year-old girl from Ohio. She is smart, kind, and always gets good grades. From the outside, her life seems perfect. But one morning, at 6:45 a.m., her mother finds her sitting on the bathroom floor, hugging a textbook, tears running down her face. "Hey, Mom," as she whispers, "Hey, I can't go to school. What if I fail my test? What if the teacher calls on me? What if the girls laugh at me again? What if everyone thinks I am stupid?" Hey, Emma is not sick. She doesn't have a fever. She doesn't have the flu. Her heart is racing. Her stomach hurts. Her hands are shaking. Later, doctors diagnose her with generalized anxiety disorder. But Emma's anxiety didn't come from one big traumatic event. It grew slowly, silently, from the constant pressure to be perfect grades, perfect appearance, perfect social life. Emma is not alone. She represents millions of American kids who look fine on the outside but are breaking inside. Cut to social media clips. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat feeds scrolling nonstop. Today, many children in America are being raised by 3 parents: their mother, their father, and social media. Apps like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat constantly show them edited, filtered versions of other people's lives. Kids are comparing themselves not to 10 classmates, but to thousands of people across the country and the world. Take Ava, a 14-year-old girl from California. One day, she posts a selfie on Instagram. It gets 120 likes. Her friend posts a selfie and gets 1,200 likes, 10 times more. That night, Ava deletes her own picture. She looks in the mirror and tells herself she isn't pretty enough. She scrolls through other girls' photos, comparing her face, her hair, her body, and slowly, an idea forms in her mind. I am less. I am not good enough. Social media quietly teaches children a dangerous formula. Popularity equals worth. Likes equal identity. Followers equal success. And comparison is normal. Their nervous systems are constantly stimulated. Their brains are always A over time. This endless comparison and judgment build a background noise anxiety that never fully goes away. Sometimes, anxiety is not caused by social media, but by something that looks like love. Jacob is a 10-year-old boy from Texas. He is gentle, sweet, and curious, but his world is very small. His mother loves him deeply and wants him safe, so she never lets him ride his bike alone. He cannot climb trees. He cannot walk to school. He cannot go to the park without an adult right beside him. The world is dangerous, she says. I just want to protect him. But with every warning, Jacob receives another message. The world is scary. You are not safe. You cannot handle things on your own today. By the time he turns 10, Jacob is terrified of attending birthday parties. He feels sick when he has to be away from his parents. He cries at sleepovers and refuses to stay. Doctors don't find anything physically wrong with him. Therapists explain, his emotional muscles never had a chance to grow. Overprotection, even when it comes from love, can quietly create fear. Now meet Michael, a 15-year-old from New York. He wakes up at 5 a.m. for advanced classes. He takes honors and AP courses. After school, he has sports practice. After dinner, he spends 3 to 4 hours on homework. His life is planned. His future is a bright on paper. One night, while studying for yet another exam, Michael suddenly collapses. His heart is pounding. His body is exhausted. At the hospital, the doctor says something shocking. He is suffering from academic burnout at 15 years old. Michaela's father breaks down in tears. I thought I was helping him succeed. I thought pushing him would give him a better life than In modern America, a lot of kids are growing up believing that their value depends on their performance. They hear messages like, be the best, get ahead of everyone, join advanced programs, start preparing for college, in middle school, They are children living with adult-level stress. But good grades and safe neighborhoods are not enough to protect a child's heart from loneliness. Liam is a 13-year-old boy from Chicago. On his phone, he has 700 online friends. He plays games, joins group chats, and posts memes. But at school lunch, he sits alone. Every single day. When his counselor asks him how that feels, he says quietly, It's weird. Online, I am surrounded by people. But in real life, no one actually knows me. He is constantly connected but deeply alone. Studies now show that American youth are the loneliest generation ever recorded. Loneliness, more than grades or sports or homework, can suffocate a child emotionally and feed anxiety. Sometimes the source of anxiety is not outside at all. It's right at home. Maddie is an 8-year-old girl in Florida. Every night, she hears her parents arguing loudly about money bills, debt, jobs, stress. She doesn't understand the details, but she understands the feeling. One day, Maddie starts wetting the bed, something she had stopped doing years earlier. She complains of stomach aches, headaches, and feeling a jumpy A doctor finds nothing physically wrong. When a child psychologist sits down with her and gently asks, what are you most afraid of right now? Maddie looks down and says, I am scared our family will break down. Children are emotional sponges. They absorb the tension, fear, and insecurity around them. Kids on phones at midnight, eating fast food, staring at screens. On top of all of this, modern lifestyle is attacking their emotional balance. Many American kids sleep 2 to 3 hours less than they should. Late-night scrolling, homework, gaming, and constant notifications steal their rest. Sleep deprivation makes anxiety more likely and more intense. Their diets are filled with sugar, processed food, and fast meals. Their bodies feel tired, their moods swing quickly, and their brains lack the nutrients they need to stay balanced. And then there are the screens. Some children are spending more than 7 hours a day in front of screens. Their nervous systems are constantly stimulated to bright colors, fast videos, rapid information. All of this creates the perfect storm for anxiety. A 13-year-old girl standing alone in her room. Papers everywhere, phone buzzing, parents' voices arguing downstairs. Imagine a 13-year-old girl standing in the middle of a room. Her homework is scattered all over the floor. Her phone keeps buzzing with group chat messages mocking her outfit from school. Her parents are arguing downstairs. Her chest feels tight. Her breathing gets faster. I'm going to fail. Everyone hates me. I can't handle this. Her hands tremble. Her vision blurs. She collapses to the floor, gasping for breath. This is her first panic attack. Scenes like this happen every single day in America. This is what anxiety really looks like in children. Not just sadness, not just tears, but silent storms inside their minds. Can parents do anything? Can this be reversed? Can anxious children become strong again? The answer is yes. Now, let's talk about real solutions that real families use to reduce their children's anxiety. The first thing every child needs is emotional safety at home. There's a boy in Colorado who kept complaining of headaches and stomach aches before school. His parents assumed he was lazy or avoiding homework. They told him to stop overreacting. Months later, they discovered he had been bullied almost every day. He didn't feel safe telling them because he believed they wouldn't understand. When his parents learned this, they changed their approach completely. Instead of dismissing his feelings, they started listening. They gave him space to speak, without interrupting, correcting, or judging. For the first time, he cried openly and shared what he was going through. Over the next weeks, his headaches decreased. His anxiety began to fall. Emotional safety begins not with advice, but with listening. Another powerful area is digital boundaries. In Seattle, the Thompson family noticed their 13-year-old daughter, Lily, becoming more withdrawn, more insecure, and more easily upset. They later found she had been receiving negative comments and comparison-based content on TikTok and Instagram. They made a bold decision. No phone after 8 p.m. No phone in the bedroom at night. One social media free day every week. At first, Lily resisted. She argued, cried, and called it unfair. But within 2 months, something changed. She started sleeping better. Her mood stabilized. Her anxiety episodes reduced. She became more present at dinner, more talkative, more herself again. Healthy digital boundaries are not a punishment. They are protection for a developing brain. Some children need more freedom, not less. In Arizona, Ethan, a 10-year-old boy, struggled with separation anxiety. He refused to sleep alone, avoided new activities, and clung to his parents in social situations. A therapist recommended something simple. Give him small responsibilities. Let him do small things on his own. His parents asked him to walk to the neighbor's house by himself. They let him order his own food at restaurants. They gave him simple chores he was in charge of. Each time he completed one, they praised his effort, not the result. After several months, Ethan's confidence grew. He was still a sensitive child, but he was no longer paralyzed by fear. For many kids, academic pressure is a major trigger. Madison, a 15-year-old from Georgia, was overloaded with AP classes, clubs, and extra activities meant to impress colleges. A school counselor explained to her parents that most colleges want mentally healthy, well-rounded students, not broken perfectionists. Her parents finally allowed her to drop some advanced classes and choose subjects she genuinely enjoyed. They encouraged her to protect her sleep, her hobbies, and her weekends. Within 3 months, Madison's panic attack stopped. Her grades remained good. More importantly, she became happier. Then there is the problem of loneliness and lack of real connection. Harper, a 12-year-old girl from Minnesota, had no close friends. She was shy and always sat alone. A school counselor suggested she join an after-school art club, since she loved drawing. She was scared at first, but slowly she found other kids who shared her interests. Week by week, she made her first true friendships. Her confidence rose. Her anxiety fell. Real friendships heal what screens cannot. Sleep is another powerful medicine. In California, 14-year-old Adrian was constantly overwhelmed. When a therapist asked his parents one simple question, how much is he sleeping? The answer was 5 hours a night. Late-night gaming, phone use, and homework had stolen his rest. His family made a firm rule. Devices off at a certain time, no screens in the bedroom, and a strict sleep schedule. Within a few weeks, Adrian's mood improved dramatically. His anxiety levels went down, and even his grades improved. Diet and movement mattered too. Sophie, an 11-year-old girl from New Jersey, struggled with mood swings and anxiety episodes. She mostly ate fast food, sugary snacks, and soda. A nutritionist helped the family shift toward more whole foods of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and water. They also started a simple habit: evening walks with her mother. After 3 months, Sophia's anxiety dropped noticeably. She felt more energetic and balanced. Her body and mind were finally working together. Children also need coping skills, not just protection. Ryan, a 13-year-old boy from Illinois, was terrified of speaking in class. His parents wanted to shield him from discomfort and tried to excuse him from presentations. But his therapist used a different method: gradual exposure. Ryan first practiced reading a simple sentence aloud in a private session. Then he practiced in front of a small group. Slowly, he worked up to answering questions in class. Each small victory taught his brain something important. Fear does not last forever. I can handle this. Alongside all these changes, parents themselves must model calm behavior. There was an 8-year-old boy in Florida who became extremely anxious because his parents constantly argued about money. When the parents started attending counseling, they learned how to talk more calmly, how to manage their own stress, and how to keep the child out of adult conflicts. As the parents became calmer, the boy's anxiety reduced. He felt safer. Children do not need perfect parents. They need parents who are willing to grow. Routines also play a powerful role. In Tennessee, a pair of twins suffered from severe morning anxiety. Their home was chaotic late wake-ups, rushing to find clothes, skipping breakfast, running to catch the bus. With guidance, the family created a consistent routine: clothes prepared the night before, earlier bedtimes, a calm breakfast, and enough time to get ready without panic. Within weeks, the twins' anxiety decreased. They still had stressful days, but mornings were no longer a daily crisis. And then there is the deepest layer: long-term emotional resilience. One of the most powerful things parents can do is teach children how their own brain works. Bella, a 12-year-old from North Carolina, once said, "My brain is broken. I panic for no reason." Her therapist explained the fight or flight responsia, that sometimes the brain sends a danger signal even when there is no real danger. Bella learned that her anxiety was like a false alarm and not proof that she was weak or crazy. Knowing this helped her feel less afraid when anxiety appeared. She could say, "This is just my brain sending a false warning. I know what this is." Another powerful strategy is creating a family ACOM space In Texas, one family set up an ACOM corner in their home, a small area with pillows, soft lighting, books, and a stress ball. Anyone in the family could sit there when they felt overwhelmed. Their 10-year-old son, who suffered from frequent anxiety episodes, began using it regularly. Over time, his emotional storms became shorter and less intense. Problem-solving is also a key skill. Kevin, a 14-year-old from Ohio, was terrified of group projects. His mother used to rescue him by emailing the teacher and asking for special treatment. But his therapist suggested a different approach. Together, they broke the project into tiny tasks. Kevin completed one small task at a time. By the end, he was able to present with his group. He learned that he didn't need to run from problems. He could face them in small pieces. Many families in America are also discovering the power of gratitude. The Williams family from Arizona started a simple nightly ritual. Every evening, each family member said 3 things they were grateful for that day. At first, their daughter, who suffered from constant negative thoughts, struggled to find anything positive. But over time, she started noticing small good moments of kind words from a friend, a funny joke, a good meal, a sunny day. Slowly, her brain shifted from fear and failure to appreciation and hope. Her anxiety reduced. Children also need a balance of structure and freedom. A family in Michigan created a weekly plan for their anxious son that included schoolwork, hobbies, chores, family time, and rest. His days had a rhythm. He knew what to expect, which made him feel safe. But weekends and evenings also had flexible time for creativity and play. This balance gave him stability without suffocating him. In New Jersey, a 13-year-old boy loved animals but spent most of his time playing video games. His parents encouraged him to volunteer at a local animal shelter. There he fed, cleaned, and cared for animals. He felt needed and useful. His anxiety levels dropped as he discovered a sense of purpose beyond himself. Even tiny responsibilities can make a big difference. A 10-year-old girl in California was constantly worried about everything. Her therapist encouraged the parents to give her micro-responsibilities: watering plants, feeding the dog, organizing her school bag. Every time she completed a task, she felt a small sense of power. Over time, those little wins turn into real self-confidence. Children also need help transforming their inner voice. A 15-year-old girl in Florida believed she was a stupida because of one bad test score. Her mother taught her a strategy called a thought switching to A. Whenever she caught herself thinking, I am stupid, she replaced it with I can learn this with practice, or a one test does not define me, Slowly, her brain built a new habit. Her anxiety reduced as her self-talk became kinder and more realistic. Families that intentionally create positive memories of movie nights, nature walks, board games, cooking together give children something powerful, a deep sense of belonging. Those memories act like emotional armor when life gets hard. Social skills can also be learned. In Chicago, a 12-year-old boy had no idea how to join conversations. His therapist practiced with Hema how to say hi, how to ask simple questions, how to respond kindly. After weeks of practice, he tried these skills at school. For the first time, he made friends. His anxiety about social situations started to melt away. Sometimes, to heal the children, the parents have to heal first. In Washington, a mother noticed that her daughter copied her own FIRSA about money, safety, and the future. The mother began therapy herself and learned to manage her worry. As she calmed down, her daughter did too. When parents change, children often follow. Praise also shapes a child's identity. In Georgia, a father used to ask his son, why didn't you get an A after every test? The boy became extremely anxious about failure. Then the father changed his approach. He started saying, I am proud that you tried your best, even when the grade wasn't perfect. His son's anxiety decreased. Freed from the fear of failure, he actually performed better. Mindfulness and breathing exercises are another tool. In New York, a school counselor started a 2-minute breathing exercise each morning for anxious students. One girl who suffered from panic attacks used this technique during stressful moments. Focusing on her breath gave her something solid to hold on to. Over time, she gained a sense of control over her emotions. Finally, children need a sense of future. In North Carolina, a 14-year-old boy constantly worried about what would happen to him in life. With his parents, he created a life vision board of pictures and words representing dreams, goals, hobbies, and values. Whenever he felt lost, he looked at the board and remembered where he was heading. All of these strategies come together in one powerful real-life example: the Martinez family from California. Their 13-year-old daughter, Sophia, suffered from panic attacks, poor sleep, academic pressure, and social anxiety. They reduced her academic overload. They set clear digital boundaries. They improved her sleep routine. They introduced healthier food and daily walks. They practiced gratitude together. They created a calm corner in the house. They spent more bonding time with her. They sought therapy when needed. They praised her efforts, not her results. They listened more and lectured less. For 6 months, they kept going. Slowly, Sophia changed. Her panic attacks decreased almost 80%. She started speaking up more in class. She joined a school club. Teachers noticed her new leadership qualities. She smiled more. She laughed more. She became herself again. Her mother said, with tears in her eyes, we didn't just heal her anxiety, we healed our home. Music swells gently. The truth is, Tudaya as kids are not weak. They are overwhelmed. They are not broken. They are overloaded. They do not need perfection. They need guidance. They do not need control. They need understanding. They do not need to be rescued from every difficulty. They need to be taught how to stand back up when they fall. Inside every anxious child, there is a strong adult waiting to grow. Inside every worried parent, there is more power to help than they realize. Anxiety does not have to be the end of a Childa story. It can be the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter of resilience, healing, and strength. If parents are willing to learn, to listen, and to lead with love and wisdom, then this anxious generation can become the most emotionally intelligent, compassionate, and courageous generation the world has ever seen.